He scrubbed the side of the beard-stubbled face on his palm. "Lars Kyle. That's the one." Ed shook his head warily and then raised up some. "Jesse Collier's boy. Damn gambler shot him in Abilene. Hell, that boy was no gunfighter. Lucky Earl was the gambler's name. I tracked him to Salina and called him out in the street. Blew him in half with damn buckshot. But Ethel May won't never see her boy's grave up there on the prairie. Bad deal. We know you're upset. I mean, about them pirates killing your partner, Dave Ivy, on the riverboat, Marsh and Corley Brady. I trailed them bastards plumb to Fort Smith and lost 'em. I'll get 'em. Ed, we know losing Dave Ivy was a big loss to you, but we don't know the way to Kansas. Ain't got the slightest idea how to ever get them there. Folks lose everything they've got in them drives that go bad. You could get them there. Go find you someone else. I ain't the man." He whirled around. "Another beer and 2 shots of whiskey, Mike. They've got my mind churning up all that crap, and I can't stand it." "You boys better leave," Mike said. "He's not going to Abilene ever again." "That's right," Ed said. "Besides, it's Newton, where Joe McCoy's setting up the new pens. Newton, Kansas." "Ed?" the shortest man in the group said as he stepped up. "Billy Miller. You remember me? We fought them Yankees together." "Yes, known you all my life." "I'm asking, no, I'm begging. Take our cattle to this Newton for us." With a pendulum shake of his head, Ed dropped his gaze to the brass rail at the foot of the bar. "I can't. Can't go through it ever again. I can't even forget it. Now get the hell out of here, all of you." Mike watched them leave, crestfallen. Then he came out and guided Ed to a table and set him in a chair. "They're gone." He put a new beer in front of Ed and patted him on the shoulder. "I won't let them bother you." Ed nodded and looked close to crying. "They don't know how hard it is. Don't know." "I know. Take it easy, Bart," Big Mike said. Why did they keep hounding him? Didn't they see how upset it made him? "Thanks," Ed said to dismiss him and put his elbows on the table to support himself. Things had quieted down in the almost empty barroom, so Mike busied himself polishing glasses. He never served a drink in a water-spotted glass. At a rumbling sound, he looked up. Someone out front had a pushcart on the boardwalk. Then, to his shock, a fine-looking lady stuck her head in the bat-wing doors and looked around. She was a handsome, respectable-appearing woman in her early 30s, and she shocked him even more by walking right into the place. She had a well-proportioned figure that would make men's heads turn when she strolled down the boardwalk. Her tight lips and the glare in her blue eyes told him she was headed for one thing: Ed. At least there was one good thing. She didn't have an axe to chop up his bar like they were doing in Kansas. Then Mike frowned at the next sight. Why in hell was that swamper coming in with the damn wheelbarrow? "Lady, you can't be in here." He came around the bar to run her off and waved his rag at the swamper to get out. Whores were one thing, but decent women weren't allowed. She looked around in an unimpressed gathering of what she could see and then met his gaze. "I'm here to get him." "But that's Ed Wright, and he's drunk. He's also sleeping." "I know who he is. Now help Charlie get him in the wheelbarrow. He's going to my place." "But he's Ed Wright, one of the best cattle drovers in Texas. Now help me." She had Ed by one arm. Mike took the other, and Charlie picked up his feet. They sprawled Wright's 6-foot frame into the wheelbarrow. "But you don't know the livery, Charlie," she said to the grizzly old man, then opened the drawstrings on her purse. "Does he owe you a bar bill?" "No, ma'am. What's your name?" "Unita Nance. I'm the bar you owner." "Lady, I sure hope you know what you're doing, Mrs. Nance." "2 bottles of your whiskey." She motioned him toward the bar. "He'll need some when he comes around." "He'll need lots," Mike said, throwing the towel over his shoulder as he slipped in back of the bar. He said 2/5 on the bar. "Want it on his account?" "No, I'm paying for it." Pained by what he was doing.